As accountants, we are often asked to provide comments to our clients who are looking to sign a lease on their new medical premises. This is particularly the case for someone looking to start up a practice. So in this video I've made a note of some of my tips for practitioners who are looking to lease their new rooms. Remember, a lease for a premises has both financial and legal aspects to it. As such, you should always be able to speak with both your accountant and your lawyer regarding this document. And again, please remember the following information is general in nature. Every situation is different, and as such you should either speak to us or your solicitor before signing the final document. My first tip: you will need a good lawyer to get this document signed off properly. It is important to remember that a lease on a premises is a legal document. You should engage the solicitor to review and explain the document before you actually sign it. The document is likely to place a legal and financial commitment on both the practice and potentially yourself for a number of years, so it is important you across all the details in the lease. My second tip is to consider the term of the lease. The lease for a premises is usually for a specified period of time. There may also be options that the tenant can exercise or take up to extend the lease period. A lease for a longer period of time can provide extra security for the practice in that you have the right to occupy the premises for a long period of time. However, on the flip side, it means that you need to be there or at least pay the rent for that period. If the business grows or circumstances change, a long lease term can mean that you are paying rental for a premises that is no longer suitable for you and the needs of your practice. Conversely, a shorter term lease does not bind you into having to stay at the premises, but can have issues in that if you want to stay, the landlord has an option not to renew the lease. This obviously could have a significant impact on your practice. Another issue to consider with a shorter term lease is the period over time which you may be able to structure any finance you may have on the practice. The financier may see a shorter term lease as a risk from their perspective and require you to repay the loan faster. If this is of a concern, speak with your financier to obtain clarification. Tip 3, consider the security given for the lease. In many lease agreements, the landlord will ask for a form of security for the lease from the tenant. This security is usually in the form of either a deposit of money, a bank guarantee, or a personal guarantee. Speak with your solicitor regarding the legal implications of the security clauses before signing a lease. Of the usual forms of security offered, a personal guarantee can be the most onerous and potentially costly. In the event that the practice is unable to pay the rent, a personal guarantee can be used to compel the individual who signed the lease to actually pay the rent on behalf of the practice. Depending on the term of the lease, this could have a significant financial impact on you personally. So those are my top 3 tips for anyone considering entering a lease for rooms or a business premises. As I mentioned at the start, there are more legal and financial aspects to consider before signing a lease, so please do not rely on this as an exhaustive list and seek additional advice and input before proceeding.